Why you should never ignore your roommate's gifts. I'm a second-year college student, and this semester I decided to move off campus. I thought it would be more affordable and give me more freedom, so I rented an apartment with 3 other roommates I met through a Facebook group. Everything seemed perfect at first. The location was convenient, the price was right, and my roommates seemed like good people. One of my roommates, Mark, was especially friendly. He was always willing to help with chores around the house and often brought things to share. At first, it was small things like a box of cereal or a 6-pack of beers for the weekend. But then he started giving me more personal items. The first was a chocolate bar he left on my desk with a note. I saw this and thought you'd like it. I smiled at the gesture and didn't think much of it. Next, he left a potted plant outside my door. Again, I didn't complain. It was a nice gift, though a bit odd considering we barely knew each other. The situation started getting weirder when he gave me a complete set of kitchen knives. They were of good quality, which made me even more suspicious of the gesture. Why would someone give knives to a roommate? But Mark presented it so casually, saying he had bought too many, that I just accepted them. I didn't want to seem rude, and besides, the knives were nice. After a few weeks, I noticed some of my personal belongings started to go missing. First, it was a watch my grandfather had given me. I thought I had misplaced it somewhere, but I couldn't find it anywhere. Then a pair of shoes I rarely wore disappeared, and finally, my phone charger vanished. I started feeling paranoid. I didn't want to accuse anyone without proof, but the disappearances coincided with Mark's gifts. One day, while I was home alone, I decided to talk to the other 2 roommates about it. I asked if they had noticed anything missing, but both denied having any issues. However, one of them, Tom, mentioned that Mark had also given him some gifts, a cheap wristwatch and a pair of headphones. I was curious to know what else Mark had been giving out, so I decided to take action. I waited for a time when Mark wasn't home. When he went away for the weekend to visit his family, I took the opportunity to take a look in his room. I know it was wrong, but my curiosity was eating me alive. What I found was more than I expected. In a box under his bed, I found a bunch of stuff. My watch, the missing shoes, several items I recognized as belonging to Tom and the other roommate, and even some things that must have belonged to previous tenants. There were jewelry, gadgets, and even old photos. Everything was mixed with some of the gifts Mark had given in the past. The discovery left me cold. When I confronted Mark, he tried to justify himself by saying he had a problem with giving things away. According to him, after a while, he felt an overwhelming need to get back those gifts. I tried to understand, but I couldn't stop thinking about how manipulative his behavior was. I told him I wanted all my things back and that I planned to move out. Mark offered to return everything quietly, but I no longer trusted him. I contacted the landlord and explained the situation. To my surprise, the landlord wasn't entirely shocked and said that Mark had had similar issues in the past, but never this serious. As soon as I could, I moved to another place. I learned a valuable lesson. The kindness of strangers, while welcome, can sometimes have ulterior motives. Now, I'm much more cautious about what I accept from others, and I always listen to my instincts when something doesn't seem right.